So 12 drivers with 13, so cool. Looking sexy lap there, Crofty. Tay.
Daddy's. Hang on. Just gonna close this door. Oh dear. Okay, I think we're good to go.
Yeah, start up.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. It's great to have your company along with us for another KRL social race, or indeed a practice race tonight. Tonight we'll be seeing the Tier 2 guys go at it in the first of the practice rounds as we build up to a new KRL season, this time on Assetto Corsa, as I welcome my co-commentator. It's also great to be back, and great to have you back, Jason Wilkinson, alongside me tonight. Hello to you.
Hello. Good to be back in the commentary box for once, after winning all these races. Oh no, we can't start that too early. Rob's not here to defend himself.
Good stuff. But, well, let's just have a look at the rundown for this evening. We've got we've got an entertaining evening for you coming up, so stick around. It's going to be absolutely magnificent. We've got a 15-minute qualifying session as we see the drivers pulling out onto the circuit. And how fitting is that? The first person we see is the Nigerian Prince. Oh no, he's not a Nigerian Prince. Wilco, what is he?
Dubai Prince.
He's the Dubai Prince, the champion of Tier 2 from Season 1, of course, back on Project Cars 2. And we speak of none other than Voodoo. Hopefully that Dubai Prince livery gives him more luck than what it did last time around in Spain in the red Ferrari, Wilco. He was he was facing the wrong way most of the time, wasn't he?
He gave myself extra chicane on that back straight there, but yeah, we might get a quick little replay camera just so everyone can see the front of his car. Nice, yeah, very Dubai Prince-esque with the chrome gold there. Well, gold is sort of chrome anyway, but
well,
you go to that replay cam.
We're just all right, Wilco. Hang on a second. We're just looking at the car now, sitting in the pit lane there, and doesn't it look beautiful as it gets ready to go out onto the circuit? Let's just jump through these.
R1. Skip that stuff.
There we go. All right, thank you, R1. This is magnificent, Wilco. We've got it all sorted out. Where are the cameras here? Change camera. We can see him coming out onto the circuit now. And look at that, the front of Voodoo's Ferrari, the Dubai Prince livery tonight. I think I said earlier in the evening, Wilco, if that was on F1 2020, you'd have to pay $7 for that. But this is absolutely free. And looks a little bit strange seeing a Ferrari in gold rather than red. But doesn't look absolutely magnificent, as we're just going to keep giving you details of the rundown for this evening. I think that's where I was up to, Wilco. 30-minute race. 15 minutes for qualifying as Voodoo, not bringing him too much luck at the moment, as the Dubai Prince well, he's in his comfort zone there, Wilco. He's off into the sand.
Exactly right. He's, I think he's got the sand tyres on, but let's have a look who else is in this lobby. But LJR Rose coming into turn 2. Caleb getting out of the way. But yeah, we're expecting probably a 124, maybe a 125 for pole time here. And off last night's practice night, we had, for the Tier 1 boys, Notice for Blue was the quickest with a 122.7. So big difference between Tier 1 and Tier 2, which is why we set up this Tier 2. So all these guys here tonight have a fair go at having a go at for the win. That made no sense, but you get what I mean.
Yes, always, Wilco. We know what you're trying to say. 12, in fact, rather 14. You and I aren't racing, of course. We're commentating, but 14 listed there. 12 drivers racing tonight as Jimbo sets a 1:25.686. Just setting the mark early there in the number 91 Porsche. Not a bad little livery that, either the blue and the yellow. But Wilco, do we announce it now, Wilco, about the huge Festival of Motorsport coming up on the Kid Buyers YouTube channel?
Yeah, well, I guess we can announce the first and second rounds. So this is obviously practice round 1. We're going to do it 2 of them, so both Tier 1 and Tier 2 will run on the same calendar. So Laguna this week, and then next week is going to be Bathurst. And then we're going to have a week off, and then round 1 and round 2 is going to be... Actually, I'll go quickly. What have I done? I forgot what I was... I've already forgotten. Hang on. So round 1 is Zolder. Sorry, technical difficulties here. Round 1 Zolder, and then round 2 is Misano. So we'll reveal round 3, 4 and 5 later. And then round 6 through to 10 tomorrow night during the Tier 1 stream. But yeah, so Zolder round 1, Misano round 2.
Awesome, great stuff. Ciao. Thank you for that, Wilco. So Jimbo there on provisional pole position. We did say about the gaps between Tier 2 and Tier 1 as Jimbo comes across the line and goes a lot quicker. That 24. Is a pretty handy time there of a 1:24.846. Morning Glory Hash. Haven't called that name for a long time. And then the Boss 290. Is that frames per second? 290 frames per second?
Not on this game.
That's certainly not on this or Flight Simulator. But anyway, and then Aussie Thunder in P5 in the Bentley there. But LJR Rose racing as well there in 6. Rick Oztech yet to set... No, he has set a time, actually. 3.8 seconds further back. Binger. Wilco currently in the pit lane there. You're still in the top 10. Wilco, Nobby Nuts in P11. Let's just stay on board now with Nobby Doldrums as he comes around the last corner onto the start-finish straight now to complete his qualifying lap. We'll see what it's going to be as he comes across the line in the number 199 Bentley. He goes up to P8. But, well, Jimbo Jones, that lap, Wilco, of a 24.8, where would that put him in Tier 1?
It's sort of hard to say. Probably around that 6th to 12th mark, I'd say. A few of the boys were in the 23s last night. I said it was noticeably 22.7. I managed a 22.8 at the very end of the session once everyone left. Bit of sneaky practice after everyone gone. But I think Brody should be around the 23s, 24s. Ridey's definitely in the 23s. So not sure when, Mr. Bob Hoskins and stuff, haven't seen them on, so I'm not sure whether one is. Voodoo just goes faster.
Voodoo just, and by a fair way too. The Nigerian, not the Nigerian Prince, the Dubai Prince just slotting in a 1:24.318 in that beautiful looking princely Ferrari. And look at that, in the Mercedes there, GTR 02 going... well, not quite as quick as Voodoo, but he's put that up into P2, and I can hear you asking, who are these people? Wilco, plenty of names, plenty of people joining this league. We're getting good numbers once again, aren't we, even for Tier 2?
Yeah, no, a few of these boys will be racing tomorrow night, but GRT and the Boss 290 frames per second is they're the 2 new boys that have jumped in with, I think it was Nobby added them, so they're Nobby's mates. But yeah, we got Rick and all that stuff will be on tomorrow night. Aussie Thunder, Jimbo, obviously they'll be all Tier 1, so we've got a bit of a crossover happening at the moment. But as you see, there's no big names here tonight. Well, when I say big names, I mean the guys that have been fighting at the front. So Rob, Cart Dude, V8 Man, Big Dog, Notice Blue, Bob Hoskins, all those boys. Well, I've sort of put a ban on them, so they're saying they can't race tonight. So it gives all these boys a fair chance. And
yes, yourself too, Wilco, like you said. So just letting the new boys have a crack at it and have their moment in the sun. Very kind of you. And we're just using these beautiful replay cameras, Wilco, and we're taking a look inside the cockpit of GTR2's Mercedes then. as we
Got a
come
little,
up the hill.
Little tidbit about that car. So that if you go to an outside view, that is the what do they call it? The dream team. It was Van Gisbergen, Whincup, and Lowndes back 2018. I'm going to say it is.
Oh, yes,
Maybe it was 2019. No, it must have been. I can't remember. Anyway, 2018 and 2019 Bathurst. So it's a damn good looking livery.
Very nice
that
indeed.
Vodafone, very sexy livery there. Look.
Sexy livery. Get in there, GTR, as he comes up to the last corner. 188 metres of elevation change here at this circuit. Of course, you go uphill and then back down through that corkscrew corner, which has always been a very, very tricky one. And speaking of tricky, Wilco, I was about to say that pit lanes are very narrow on the way in and also even narrower on the way out. Not too difficult to get it all wrong coming out of the pit lane.
Yeah, it is definitely coming out of it. If you can, it's easily just see it right off the track because it's got a bit of camber dropping away from it, so you got to go slower than you think. But the lucky thing with this game is there's no pit lane exit, crossing lines, and all that stuff. So I haven't actually told. I was meant to tell the drivers not to just go straight onto the track if they can avoid it. But yeah, so you don't have to go around that little Mickey Mouse bloody chicane. It's just a little hairpin thing, but you know, we'll see what they do tonight. It's just a bit more safer if they get on the racing line. Sorry, they get on the track off the racing line rather than jump straight onto it.
Safest thing to do, safety first, as we're right on board with LJR Rose Racing coming down the corkscrew there. Looks to be a corner, Jace, where if you go in a little bit too quick, looks like the rear of the car can sort of snap out from you there as you go down through the corkscrew corner. But we'll stay on board with Rose Racing. Where is he? He's currently sitting in P8, isn't he? So this must be a replay of his previous lap, but he comes up to the last corner.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go P5 here.
P5,
I've got the live timing in front of me.
Here we go, you think? Here we go, and Wilco is spot on, I think. Yep, I think you are spot on, Wilco. There we go. How good's that? That's no surprise. Surprise.
Let's predict the lotto numbers for tomorrow night too.
There we go. Don't give him to Big Shep though. I haven't seen Big Shep hasn't checked into the stream, but
message him. Hang on. You probably forgot.
You want to make sure that Big Shep is watching tonight, as we do have 6 people watching. Don't be shy out there. I say it all the time, but get your comments coming in because it is still the Abu Dhabi Dubai Prince, the champion for Tier 2. Hence why he is running that livery. And he's just speak of the devil. He says, good to be back into the leagues. Looking forward to this season. He's a champion. He's someone who knows how to win races. He knows how to win championships, in fact. Of course, from the previous Tier 2 season. And Voodoo, I know you're out there watching. As we get back to some on-track action now, looking at Jimbo Jones currently sitting in P3. I've made a whole playlist of your championship winning year. So if you want to relive that from round 1, practice rounds, right through to the championship decider, mate, you can do that all on the Kit Buyers YouTube channel. Sit back there with a frothy or whatever you want to do and watch that. But Jimbo Jones, I won't say the other, but Jimbo Jones is, well, he's got a little bit of traffic here from Morning Glory Hash. Is he on a hot lap? He might be just starting a hot lap. But
if he was smart, he made a mistake at the second last corner. So he would have got his lap time invalidated. If he was smart, he should have just backed right off, and then he would have had a nice clean lap here. But now he's got Morning Glory, who, mind you, is not that much slower. He's only 1.1 seconds slower. But obviously, starting the lap when you got someone right in front of you, it's a bit off-putting.
Yes,
as I do know myself with all those pole positions I've got so far.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you haven't had too many people in front of you, Wilco, so far in the social races, unless you're coming up to lap them, of course. But we can see here Jimbo, and that is very, very off-putting. Big hello to you, Rob, and your chickens over there in South Australia. But Jimbo going off the track. As I tell you what, I think you're right, Wilco. It just puts you off ever so slightly, doesn't it? You've got dirty air, you've got them. You can get put off if you see someone going into a braking zone or something. And, well, I think we've lost Morning Glory Hash there. But Jimbo, we might just keep flicking through here. The Boss 290 is in the pits. Morning Glory Hash there. Kleb, is that how you say that? A-U Kleb?
Caleb.
There we go. We got there in the end, just the wrong way around, and Nobby is facing the wrong way. I think the corkscrew might have caught him out, and he is, what's he doing? He was facing the wrong way. Now he's got it back together on the track, and it's not really that close. I guess it's close from about 4/6 to about 8th. It's fairly close, isn't it, Wilco? But it's not really close. Voodoo dominating this session so far, and it's going to be hard to see anybody getting that 0.5 of a second needed to get him here tonight for pole.
Yeah, it's not as close as we had the last few weeks on the, well, then it was just the social races, but I guess it was the Tier 1 boys. But, yeah, it's been, I think it was at Suzuka last Thursday it was, what did I say, 9 cars within 0.8 or something, and then Sunday at Spain it was the top 3 by under a tenth. So I think that's the difference between Tier 1 and Tier 2. You got those bit more of a mixture up of drivers and driver talent and people who just, you know, can't play the game as much as others. So Jimbo is on a lap at the moment. It's looking not too bad. Whether it's 24.3 or lower material, I'm not sure yet. It's hard to tell without the timing.
Well, will this be a 24? We'll just have to wing it, I reckon, Wilco, as he gets it.
That could be invalid lap.
That could be invalid. It's not going to do him too many favours, I don't reckon, as he comes out of the last corner now. What's it going to be? What's he sitting? The 24.8 something, I think, at the moment. Can he go quicker than that?
No, 25.2.
No, we'll have a look at the time tables, and you can see there. It's interesting. Wow, I'm just looking at the timetables here. We'll go as we count down to the end of qualifying. It's Binger with the fastest first and second sector, but then he really drops the ball in the last sector. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, on my screen I've got him. Is it the same as yours? Yeah, it's got him actually faster in the last sector than Voodoo, but. I'm not sure what's going on there. The timing might be up the Shizer, as that's a season 1, round 1 quote from you 2 years ago. But yeah, no, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Yeah, well, the times on my screen, maybe that lap was invalid. That's maybe he's had an invalid lap. That's the only thing I can think of, because yeah, his times are faster than Voodoo and all the guys in front of him. But Jimbo is still on the lap, so it looks like this one might be a little bit better.
Let's have a look at Jimbo Jones in the number 91 Porsche. Can he improve? Currently 0.5 off of Voodoo Child.
That's better.
Oh, Jimbo getting it a little bit better. Not quite as wide there. Starting out wide. Hit that apex nice and early. Taking a little bit of curb there, Wilco. That's a little bit naughty, but looks pretty clean as he comes across the line. And can he beat Nigerian Voodoo? No, he can't.
Again.
And it's a 25, what is it, 25.2, I think?
25.2. I'm inside the car, so I saw the lap times there, but yeah, 25.2. So he did about 3 or 4 laps in a row there, so it's not ideal for the tyres, but obviously he had a bit more fuel on than he wanted to, but still, P3 is not a bad effort. Anything can happen.
Nothing to sniff at, that's for sure. So we are at the end of qualifying. Don't forget, stick around. 30-minute race coming up here from the beautiful Laguna Seca Raceway in California. I think it's in California. We'll go with that for now. But Voodoo on pole position. Then it's GTR 02, followed by the man still on your screen at Jimbo Jones and Binger King 33. Don't mind that man's work. Wilco Binger, Aussie Thunder in 5th, LJR Rose Racing in 6th. The Boss 290 in 7th, cranking it at 290 frames per second. Morning Glory Hash in 8th. K Leb is in 9th. Rounding at your top 10, it's Nobby Nuts Doldrums, then Rick Oztech. Crumpkin, hi Crumpkin, down there in 12th. And you and I are on the back row of the grid. We might have to talk a good race tonight because we won't be actually racing in it. But my goodness me, 9 people watching this stream at the moment, almost cracking into double figures. Pretty happy with that, Wilco, I reckon. First night, practice round, Tier 2, new season. Pretty big numbers, I reckon.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Any of you boys who are racing in Tier 1, or even it's the guys on the grid now, just give us a little hello, make sure we can see who's on at the moment. But yeah, we've got a bit of a countdown here, so we'll just sit in this screen here, don't press drive. I think it sounds like someone has. I think it was that you to press drive, I don't know. But no. Anyway, okay, cool, yeah. So then we'll just sit here, it's going to put us in the pit lane, and then we can get this long formation lap going on. Because it starts, as you see, well before the corkscrew, so very easy to get out of your little green marker you need to stay in, and yeah, we'll see. Got messages coming through, and I'll let you take over for a sec.
Thank you, Wilco, as we count down 40 seconds and counting to blast off for this practice round, Tier 2, and all the comments are flooding in. We have 5 of them now. We'll go. It's Andrew Reimer who says, good luck for Rick. Thank you, Andrew. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Bob Hoskins, hello to you, Bob. The great man, of course, who finished on the podium not too long ago.
In his first race.
He said, on his first race, actually. Awesome stuff. Come on, Binger. And then it's Dunno, aha, says, let's go, Bingaling. My Bingaling. Oh, I want you to play with my Bingaling. Anyway, thank you for that, Andrew, Bob, and Dunno, aha, who have been good enough to join us.
Here we go.
And yep, I'm in the pit lane. So are you, Wilco. But
GR2 accidentally didn't press go, so he's not going to be starting his race at this time on the grid.
Oh no,
be starting from the pit lane.
That is not good news, as the Dubai Prince, the man who I keep calling the Nigerian Prince, who's actually from Dubai, in that 24 karat gold Ferrari livery, which looks very nice indeed. He's going to be used to this.
A couple of Dubai Princes here, because Binger's got a gold Nissan, and Nobby Nuts, I'm pretty sure he has a gold. Hang on, let me quickly go to my car.
Let's go to Nobby Nuts. Where is he?
Oh, I don't know how to change. I'm on my controller, so I don't know how to change.
That's alright. We are almost ready. The countdown is on, and we are almost ready to go racing here at Laguna Seca. GTR is not going to be joining us, unfortunately, but Voodoo, the man on pole position, comes around the last corner and says, the gold brick. Bob Hoskins, thank you for that, referring I think to the Nissan.
I think it's the Binger, yeah.
The Binger, yep, the gold Nissan there. Good stuff, Binger. As Binger just in front of Voodoo there. Voodoo, you might want to get in the fast lane and keep up with it. Green, green, green. Go, go, go! So Voodoo versus Binger, and I reckon Binger's jumped him off the line. Wow, Binger King leads this race. At least he does on my screen, but Voodoo slots into second place, and the Nigerian Prince will not be happy with that, but he is in second position. Then it's Jimbo in third, and then Binger currently leads. Then it's Aussie Thunder up into
contact in the back.
P4.
Morning Glory around.
Morning Glory.
And Rick's around.
And Rick Oztech, well, not getting much. He got some love in the stream comments, but Morning Glory Hash is around now. Nobby Doldrums in 9th, Crumpkin in P8, and Caleb. Look at this battle in the midfield, Wilco, from Aussie Thunder down to the boss, then LJR Rose Racing, followed by Caleb. There's nothing in it on lap 1, 29 minutes to go.
No, definitely pretty chaotic start there. We'll get a replay camera up in the next lap or two to see what was going on there, but yeah, Voodoo's jumped from P1 down to P3, and Binger's on the opposite, gone from P3 to P1.
Well, let's get back to the action at the front. And where is Voodoo? Well, the Dubai Prince slipping down the order, and the Nigerian Voodoo currently in first position. And the gold brick leads this race. I said brick, not prick. Binger is a top bloke, and he's currently leading by 1.1 seconds, Wilco. Just wondering when would be the best time to go back to the replay camera so we can catch the start. We might give it a... Yep. What do you reckon?
Give it another lap, I reckon. It's only a minute 30 around here, so give it, I reckon, just after the corkscrew, then hit that replay button. And remember our little chat with what we need to do for the intro. We'll make sure we do that as well while everyone's nice and close. Then we'll go on board with like Voodoo or something, you should be able to see that.
Yes, we certainly can. As Voodoo, Aussie Thunder currently in fourth, so not the greatest start from Voodoo. He looked to just be a little bit slow off the line, didn't he, Wilco? He just sort of was, wasn't quite as alert almost as what Binger was, but that's what these practice rounds are for. Aussie Thunder there in P4, as you can see, the boss in P5.
Oh, Jimbo's just killed Binger.
And
absolutely annihilated him. Oh my god.
And Caleb's, I saw Caleb go off there as well, and wow. Looked like, I'm guessing Jimbo we'll catch it on the replay a bit later, but...
Binger does have a bit of lag, so I just saw the end of it. I saw Binger doing cartwheels, literally, down to the corkscrew, but Binger does have a bad ping at the moment, so maybe we'll give Jimbo the benefit of the doubt, maybe that was a bit of an issue, as I've had some lag incidents before, but we might get that replay up now, Trev, and have a look.
Let's have a look at the replay as Caleb goes into that tricky pit lane we mentioned earlier. But we'll go back to the start. Yep, perfect timing, Wilco. How good is that? We'll just go back to a replay of the start. You can see there Voodoo just on your screen there, the man in pole position. And he was leading them away, but Binger just managed to sneak his nose in front on the line, as you can see. I'm not too sure why the game allowed that. But anyway, Voodoo there, Binger on the outside there, Voodoo on the inside as we are green. We were racing there. You can see at the start Binger streaking away into turn one, whilst the Nigerian Prince, is he from Nigeria or Dubai? Kid Buyers, get it right. But Jimbo making slight contact as well with Voodoo there, Wilco. So that gave a chance for Binger to get away nice and early. We'll stick with this replay. Jimbo, it was slotting into P3, and then LJR Rose Racing, and you can see the drivers off at the back. Rick Oztech and Morning Glory Hash might have been involved in that incident, but you can see there Rick Oztech, as look at that midfield battle in turn one as we come up to the corkscrew for the first time. Voodoo, like we said, not making the greatest of starts, and he was down in P3 early on in the race. And look at the midfield battle then. Aussie Thunder, the boss, Rose Racing and Caleb, as somebody else was off at the back. Crumpkin, big hello to you, Crumpkin, in the big 108 car there. The Bentley, I believe it is, already with some damage on lap one. Let's see if anybody stuffed it up through the corkscrew on lap one. Morning Glory Hash with a nice little move there on Crumpkin. But easier said than done through that corkscrew corner, and Rick Oztech was at the back. So is there anything happening live, Wilco? Do we need to head back?
I reckon stay in that replay and just go on board with Jimbo, and we'll see what happens with him and Binger at the corkscrew on lap 2.
I reckon we're coming up to that now, through to complete the first lap, and past tense, of course. R1, is it?
Oh, okay, I've just seen it. So, you might have to get a different camera angle, but Jimbo has gone about 100 metres too deep. He just killed him.
We're coming up to it.
Crap.
Hang on, we'll get back to you because we're coming up to it. And here we go. Here comes Jimbo now in P2. What's he going to do to poor Binger? Oh, no. Oh, Bing. And he's just T-boned. He's T-boned Binger. And the last we saw was, I won't say what I'm thinking, and I know what you know what I'm thinking, but he's T-boned him into the corkscrew. And the last I saw of Binger, Wilco, he was flying up in the air like Michael Jordan at the All-Star dunking contest, and he was off the track, and Jimbo up into P1 after kindly removing Binger there.
Yeah, I think it was a bit more than kindly removing him. So I did say it might have been a bit of lag, but the only lag I think Jimbo experienced was not hitting the braking time, because that was pretty bad from Jimbo there.
Certainly was.
He
back
would have
live
damage now though. A lot of damage, I reckon.
He will have damage on the front of that car. And as you mentioned, Voodoo Child, the Nigerian Voodoo, who's currently in the 24 karat gold Ferrari. Like we keep saying, he's currently in P2, and now Jimbo in P1, because this is unbelievable stuff. Look at this, just 7/10, and the rest of them, well, the boss has had a moment, and off the circuit.
GR2 has jumped, or Caleb's done a pit stop, as you can see with that green thingo, but Aussie Thunder's behind. So GR2 was, remember, he started from the pit lane, so he was about 30 seconds behind. So he's already up to P9, but yeah, Voodoo's looking pretty quick at the moment.
So GRT02, they're making the pit lane start, and Voodoo is looking quick. I reckon Jimbo might have some damage in that Porsche, but the boss is 6 seconds further back, so the battle for the lead. It's really a two-horse race up at the front, and then Nobby, who's not for the first time, Wilco, gone off at the corkscrew there. He was in P4, but I reckon Rose Racing has got ahead of him now, along with Morning Glory Hash. Rick Oztech, who was facing the wrong way on the first lap, is up to 7th. Not a bad recovery drive so far from Rick.
Yeah, it's yeah, definitely. He's just updated there for me too, so he's in 6th. So yeah, looking good for Rick.
Good stuff. 22 minutes remaining in this race. As you can see there, Nobby's got some damage. GRT02, who decided to start the race a little bit later than everybody else, but still good to see him in it. And we can see the sun setting on Aussie Thunder as he comes through the corkscrew. Then in the Bentley number 71 inside the top 10. So tier 2 this is, of course. We are racing tonight. Get your comments in. 8 people watching the stream. Good numbers. Keep those numbers up. As Caleb is currently down in P11, and Sprint Car 6 says surprised Jimbo is leading. LOL. Well, he not only
Tully, his housemate. So Tully, just go back about 2 minutes on the stream and you'll see how he's leading.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you can see he's going to have a bit of front damage there, but yeah. Remember, there is a pit stop to go, so everyone has to make a pit stop, so Caleb's having a bit of an issue at the moment, but all these boys here, so can they get the undercut or the overcut, or what's going to happen? We're not sure yet.
We're going to wait and see, because with 21 minutes remaining in this race, mandatory pit stops, of course. Big hello to you, Thule, as well. Thanks for watching, and your housemate doing very nicely indeed, but if you just, like you said, Wilco, if he goes back on that stream...
Voodoo's around.
And Voodoo... Well, he is
sausage.
spinning around. He's hit those German Krenskis, I reckon.
The boss is around too.
And the boss. Well, it seems nobody wants a podium finish here, as Morning Glory Hash says, well, I do, and he pops up into the top 3 now.
Yeah.
Or is it LJR?
I think yeah, LJR's in P3, Morning Glory is in P4. But yeah, the boss and Voodoo spun different corners, like turn 3 and turn 4, but yeah, both had a big German snag, and around they went.
And they've just hit their German sausage, and they are straight around. And those corners are absolutely lethal, aren't they? As the Dubai Prince off into the sunset, into the sand dunes. He's currently in P2, and he must have had a fair gap on P3, Wilco, because he sort of hit those sausages and spun around and sort of gathered it all up and stayed in 2nd place.
Well, yeah, P3 was the boss, and he spun at the exit of turn 2, so... And then I think, yeah, LJ must have been, yeah, a good chunk of time behind them, so, yeah, he's actually got away with that Voodoo. He's only 11 seconds off the pace, so... I'm sure he's going to quickly make that up, especially with Jimbo having to do at least, you would say, at least 10 seconds of damage on the bare minimum.
At least, as Jimbo almost having a moment at a similar place to where Voodoo got into some trouble earlier on. But Rose Racing, your top 3, Jimbo and Thule. It's going to be a happy house tonight with this man in the lead, Jimbo Jones in the Porsche. Not Jimbo in the Lambo anymore, he's in the Porsche. And then it's Voodoo in P2, but I reckon you're right, Wilco, that damage might come into play a little bit later on in proceedings. And the position that no one seems to want up in P3, it's Rose Racing doing very nice in the green Rinaldi Racing Ferrari. And he needs to get his head down, and no need to let us know. Oh, team radio, Wilco.
Focus, head down, Sebastian is... shit now. Charles number 1. Oh no, I can't say that, can I?
No, he's number. He certainly is number 1. He's number 1 for the next 5 years, I think, down there at Ferrari. So, God, get your act together, boys. Seb's a lot better driver than that. Morning Glory Hash, the boss 290. Morning Glory Hash in 5th. Rick Oztech.
Voodoo in the pits.
Very nice recovery driver. Now Voodoo in the pits. So talk us through this, Wilco. Fuel and tyres, or either, or how's it go as he just goes through your car there on the way into the pits?
Yeah, yeah, you can pay the damage bill. But no, it's just tyres. There's no fuel drop needed for tonight or tomorrow night. It's just mandatory tyre change. So we'll see, and then obviously any damage you got. So it should be 30-second stop for tyres. You can add fuel if you want to, but you know, you shouldn't really need to for a 30-minute race. You should have about 50 litres or so. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. It was about 10 seconds between Voodoo and Jimbo, so as I said, with that crash Jimbo had,
the
surely...
boss.
Oh, what happened?
He's around.
Oh, he spun again.
Yep, spun again. Same corner, I think, Wilco. Sorry, beg your pardon.
Yeah, so Morning Glory's pitted as well. I reckon I could quickly set up the wheel and I can go out and get a podium at the moment, I reckon, Trev, because people are spinning around left, right and centre.
Well, the way they're going, no one really... Well, I think most drivers have been involved in incidents. Jimbo on his merry way. Oh, here we go, the boys. Sprint Cars 6, Tooley. Don't think Jimbo realises that the Porsche isn't his wingless sprint as he was drifting before. He did get a bit of drift action on there, Tooley. And Andrew Wright, Mr. Wright, one, if not the beloved regular here in the KRL Kit Buyers YouTube channel. The man that not only voted himself on the Commentate the Stars competition, Wilco, he got his wife to vote, his dog to vote, his firstborn to vote. It was absolutely fantastic. So thank you for that, Righty. And I'm sure we will be thinking of you here in Victoria whenever we get live sport again with crowds present. Thank you for that. Race ban, 100%. He says Jimbo is a terrible driver. Race bans, wowee, controversy as the boss. I'm just... Still on board with the boss here, Wilco. He can't quite keep that car facing in the right direction at the moment. That Mercedes is very tricky in the traction zones.
Yeah, if you look at the back of his car, he's got a bit of scrapes and stuff, so he's probably got a bit of damage too. So hopefully he gets that fixed and he can keep the car pointing in the right direction.
Yep, good stuff. We'll keep moving along. Should we go to a replay or something just for a change just to change it up a little bit and give our viewers at home something else to look at apart from these two good-looking gentlemen here. Wilco there in the blue Porsche, and then Nobby Doldrums. Let's have a look here. We'll get this HUD up. Once I've got it up, we'll just you know what I'm trying to say. Nobby there in is he inside the top 10? Yeah, I can't. Yes, he is. P8. Yeah. I beg your pardon. So Nobby there. We're going to ride from the helicopter cam. And this is a bit like a flight simulator, isn't it? Look, how good is this? Because is something...
Live action.
Live action, back. Forget about that.
Nobby's just spun at the corkscrew.
And, well, I'll tell you what, Wilco. I'm going to give you $1 every time Nobby spins at the corkscrew. And by the end of the night, we'll be able to... We'll have a few dollars, I reckon, because, wow, he just cannot quite... It's a tricky corner, isn't it, Wilco? I mean, from your experience... it's not the easiest corner, it's not the easiest track, is it? Lots of elevation changes. It's a tough one to get right as we see Nobby come into the pits.
Yeah, I've had a couple of spins there over last night and tonight, but yeah, if you just go too deep, as you said before, you literally fall off that corkscrew. You will just almost barrel roll down it, so you've got to be really careful and get the car stopped, turned, and not turn in for the right-hander too early, because you'll lift the whole right-hand side of the car up and probably spin when you hit the ground. So it's a fine line through there, but it's good fun anyway. Jimbo is in the pits, so let's see where Voodoo's going to come out.
Let's have a look at Voodoo. The pit stops are coming, mandatory of course. 4 drivers have pitted so far as hashtag rookies, says Tooley. Haha, great to have you with us, boys. Righty, Tooley, Bob Hoskins, everybody else, Andrew as well. Not Andrew Wright, the other Andrew who commented a little bit earlier on. But Voodoo, where is he with the 13?
The corkscrew, so he's miles behind.
How did he get that far back? I'm just wondering.
Maybe the pit lane is just so long. Yeah, well, maybe. Jimbo's still in the pits now. Now he's going. So Jimbo's driving now, and Voodoo is just the corkscrew. So yeah, this is actually a lot. Maybe Jimbo turned damage off, I'm not sure, because he's going to come out in about 3 seconds, and Voodoo's just gone through the corkscrew.
So riding on board with Voodoo, and he's nowhere near, is he? Jimbo's well out of the pit lane. He's got that much time, Wilco. He can take the full length of that pit lane, and he's still well in front, isn't he? Probably by about 10 seconds next time we cross the timing beams.
Well, that means that maybe there was, because sometimes with lag incidents, you won't get damage, because surely that was a massive hit. He should have had damage for sure. unless he's turned it off, maybe had 30 seconds. He said no, stop that, because he come out exactly the same where Voodoo went into the pit. So I'm not sure.
Now it was Jimbo now out. That means that the boss, I beg your pardon, has taken the lead. When will he pit? We don't know, but he's currently in the lead. The boss 290. And Bob Hoskins says, wasn't lag. Well, that's interesting.
It doesn't look, and definitely didn't look like lag, 100%. But if Jimbo had no damage from that, then something's up. I have no idea what's going on.
And something very strange indeed is Crumpkin up into P3. Crumpkin in P3, it is a strange...
Oh, he went hot into the pit lane. I reckon he's got a drive, he's going to have a stop-go penalty.
Well, he
so
does
about 30 seconds time or a minute time, we'll see.
Race control will be onto it. Michael Massey, I reckon, but Crumpkin doesn't mind a good stop-go penalty, Wilco, as we know. He's good friends with the stewards.
He hasn't had a drive-through yet.
No, it's good Lord, it's a miracle. But as Crumpkin is sitting in the pit lane, we'll go back to our race leader, lap 12. Out of however many laps we can fit in the remaining 11 minutes and 20 seconds. Bob Hoskins says he still went off the track after turning the GTR into a micro. Wow.
Little car.
Nice stuff. Bob Hoskins, the man who finished on the podium in his first ever race in Spain. The man who I was calling a dinky-die Aussie tradie turned out to be an Englishman, Wilco. And boy, that was confusing for me in the post-race interviews. But a lovely chap, and doesn't mind the jokes either, Wilco. And if you like our sense of humour, you're going to go a long way in this business as the boss. Oh boy, took a little bit too much curb there, Wilco, I think, and getting it all wrong. And he's only 5 seconds ahead of Rick Oztech, who now comes into the pit lane, the man on a comeback mission. And you've got to go slowly, don't you, Wilco? No wonder these boys are losing time.
He went a bit slower than he needed. I think he went stalled. He went that slow, Rick. But at least he's not going to get a drive-through. Well, speaking of drive-through or stop-goes, Crump actually didn't get it, so he must have been snack on there. So anyway, what's that gap between Jimbo and Voodoo? So it's still around that 10-15 second mark. So I don't know. Jimbo's looking like, unless they make a mistake, he's got this on sewn up.
We might head back to the replays just to give you a different perspective of the race here for a few minutes at least. And the car's in the pit lane, and Jimbo in the pit lane there, you can see, coming in to make his stop. We don't really have the pit crew, do we, Wilco? So these pit stops look awfully boring when you're watching them on the stream, but we're going to ride on board with somebody else as we toggle the HUD. In fact, it's Caleb inside this beautiful Ferrari car, and coming up to turn 1 now, down to third gear, down to second, just running a little bit wide, and you don't want to get out into those marbles, Wilco. You might know all about it, but as we come up towards turns 2 and 3 is that dreaded sausage curb. I don't think he hit the sausage curb on that occasion, but he's just parked off to the side of the road, which is very interesting indeed as we go through hang on a second, change camera angle. Just bear with us here, folks. We're working beautifully, aren't we? And we are with Morning Glory Hash, and riding on board with the Honda. Currently in the top 10. Haven't called his name too much, Wilco, but apart from, I think there might have been an incident at the start, he's had a pretty quiet race. A couple of laps down there in P10, but still on for a point here, all going well.
Yeah, he's all you need to do. Practice rounds, just get used to the car, get used to the guys you're driving with, make sure you stay away from Jimbo, and yeah, it's all it is at the moment.
Certainly is. Voodoo then, the Nigerian prince, the Nigerian voodoo, and there might be a voodoo curse on him because he is only in P5, and all you need to do, Wilco, is give him your bank account details and he will come to your house. But here we go, as Tooley says, commentator's curse.
I am the captain now.
I am the captain now. Ah, yes. Oh, God, Captain Phillips, good stuff. Tooley, commentator's curse. Surely we're not putting the commentator's curse on them this early in proceedings. Round 1, practice round 1. as Morning Glory Hash, we're looking at a replay of the Nigerian Prince as Morning Glory Hash goes off, doing his own thing there into the sand. And Dunno says, Bob will still fix your wife's sink, Wilco. So if we do have any plumbing issues, he can still come over.
I think, yeah, he's definitely talking to you there. But, yeah, no. Mr. Fix-It, Mr. Bob.
Yes, says Tooley, just continuing the fun and games. He says, Jimbo is a pain in the ass to race against in anything, even in real life. Unbelievable.
Well, should we set up a little joke here? Tooley, I want you to walk into Jimbo's room, turn off his TV for a split second, turn it back on. That might make the race a bit more interesting. So, I want to see this. Let's just go on board with Jimbo and just watch him just go straight ahead at the next corner.
All right, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to go into his room, Tooley. You heard it here first. And switch off his TV and run back out of the room. I think he'd find that tremendously funny. And please comment back to us as soon as you've done that, and we will just see whether that affects his race at the moment. Maybe before the corkscrew will go for maximum effect. And
just to see if his brake's working now.
Just to see, then he could go through the same pain that Bigger went through earlier in the race.
Go do it.
Come on, Tilly.
He's going down the front straight.
Oh,
and that's 7 seconds. No, it's 14 seconds, is it?
He says, "Oh wow,
14 seconds.
It's 14 seconds. Yep, net second and third place." He says, "Yep, okay. Oh wow, he would probably kill me, but
if you run fast enough, he won't catch you.
Exactly.
Race to finish.
Exactly. You need to get in and out of there, smash and grab sort of job." We do this quick, we do this clean, in and out in 4 seconds, and then you could run like Forrest Gump. And then you could, I was running, and then he'll be off the Christmas card list. There'll be no breakfast for him tomorrow in the Tooley Jimbo household, but he's still keeping it on the track. So I'm sensing that nothing has happened at the moment, Tooley. But oh my goodness, Wilco, it's happened. Lap 16 with 5 minutes to go. 10 people watching this stream, and it's only Tier 2 practice round.
Yes, hello and welcome everyone. Just about to finish this race up, and yeah, give us a comment, let us know where you're watching from or who you are, and yeah, we'll definitely say hello.
We certainly will. Get your comments in and you may get a shout out. No, just kidding. We don't do shout outs, Wilco, because we include everybody in the stream. As Jimbo coming up on Crumpkin. It's been one of those.
Good time to turn the TV off.
Now would be an excellent time. Tooley, if you can hear us out there, stop what you're doing. You can take your phone with you so you don't miss a minute of the action as Crumpkin. Oh, stay out of the way. Good stuff, Crumpkin there off to the side of the track down in P8 as the boss, as he spun in the pit lane.
He spun in the pit lane, unfortunately.
He's
but I had to quickly send a message, make sure they remembered it was a pit stop, so he's definitely pitted that next lap. And he's spin, round and round. Yep,
spin. A bit like, was it David Coulthard who couldn't quite get the pit lane right back in Adelaide a few years ago. And you were about 2 months old, I think, Wilco, back then in 95. But anyway, yeah. That as Jimbo then in P1 now, he has inherited the lead from Voodoo. And a little bit concerning for fans of this man. The Nigerian Prince, he's quick in qualifying, but he can struggle a bit in the race. I guess that's what the practice races are for, though. As Tooley, live update, breaking news. He says, I just went into his room, and man, if I turn that TV off, I'm going to end up on the ground. So, wow. No bravery medals for Tooley there, Wilco. He didn't quite have the balls to go through with it there.
Yeah,
but
he's definitely no James Hunt. Definitely doesn't have big balls.
No. I'll tell you what, he's. I guess we don't have to live with him though, do we? So Jimbo, who's 16 seconds that gap, Wilco. I reckon Tooley, you still could turn the TV off and get away with it. But anyway, thanks for trying. Well, he didn't really try, but still, you know what I'm trying to say. but I'm not too sure how these boys sort of. If they're in a boxing match or something, how they'd fare up. I don't know how tall Jimbo is compared to Tooley or vice versa. But anyway, we're digressing because let's get back to this race with 18 laps and 3 minutes or so to go. It is Jimbo Jones leading. He says, if I get a chance, I will. So he's just leaving us hanging, isn't he, at the moment? You got 2.5, you got 2 minutes and 46 seconds to get the job done there, Tooley. So keep us updated on that one. But Voodoo in P2, so he started P1 and P2.
Boss and GTR having a battle here.
And the Boss and GTR having a spicy battle as the Boss and Crumpkin, who's further down, never mind about him. But Jimbo is a lot bigger than me, so I think I would lose that fight. So that is very interesting. And yeah, that's no Victoria Cross for Tooley there. Thought if that was me, I would have done it by now. But anyway, there we go. Thanks for that, Tooley. And thank you for watching another one of our beloved regulars. But GTR, O2 and the Boss. And I think this is the closest battle on the circuit. And look at this, turn one, GTR with that beautiful livery on that Mercedes runs a little bit out wide as Morning Glory Hash. Just off to the side, minding his own business in the dunes here at Laguna Seca. But this is the closest battle on the circuit, Wilco. And we might only get 1 or 2 more laps in.
Yeah, it's going to be depending where Jimbo crosses the line and how much time's left. The quicker we go to him is... Okay, so we'll probably get 2 more laps. So this lap and next lap and that is it. So Jimbo is actually coming up to left these guys. It's almost like F1 at the moment, isn't it?
It certainly is. And, well, I guess it's about to say it is like F1, but we've got a Porsche, a Ferrari, and a Bentley in the top 3, so yeah. It's a little bit different. There's no
Mercedes
Mercs.
in 6 and 7.
Exactly. So a little bit different, but I know what you mean. Similar as we come across Jimbo on lap 19. So he's going to get this. Definitely going to get this lap in, and one more as well, as he only has to negotiate the corkscrew. Twice more. That could have been a bit of a corner cut there, but Voodoo. So everyone's pitted, bar Aussie Thunder, as Morning Glory Hash still off to the side of the track. They're not sure what he's up to, but Aussie Thunder in P3. So he's going to fall a fair way down, I think, or he might be okay.
Depends if he. He's only 3 seconds ahead of LJR, but he hasn't done his pit stop. So he's either, if he doesn't do it, he's forgotten. Even though there's a big orange number saying pit this lap. But if you don't pit, you get a 130-second penalty, so that's going to put him a couple laps down.
So that is...
Oh, Rick! Rick's just come out, he's gone off the track, and I think he might be overtaken now, I think, actually, yeah, because... But it's just let GTR and the Boss through, but he almost took out GTR. Oh, sorry, GRT, I kept saying GTR. I'm thinking of thing as GTR, but... yeah, well, you almost took them both out then, Rick, but it's all good, we'll go back to Jimbo.
So on the final lap now, we'll leave Rick there. Team radio?
He's either slowing down or he's got no fuel, because he's not revving the car on my screen.
Oh no. Could this... Oh, 22 seconds. Can he get it home? The little Jimbo that could. Tooley says, for my own safety, I'll leave Jimbo alone. Well, now would be a great time to turn the TV off, I reckon. How good would that be? And Jimbo, he's going... Oh, is he going to get this? Is he going to make it? Voodoo's coming up to the corkscrew. He's got Crumpkin in front of him, who's getting in the way like nobody's business. And Crumpkin, just get the hell out of the way, would you, while he's coming up to the corkscrew. But Jimbo, is it downhill from... Is it slowing down? Is it downhill? We'll go from here. Can he get it done? I reckon he will.
Maybe he's flicking the stream up or something. I don't know, because he's going to get it done. He's picked up a little bit of speed, but yeah, take it away, Trev.
Here we go, Jimbo. You could turn his TV off now because it won't bother him. He comes across the line to win the first practice round for Tier 2 of the new KRL season. And he's the King of America. Whoa, and then it's Voodoo, the Nigerian prince who wants your bank account details. He finishes in P2 ahead of Aussie Thunder. And, well, is he going to make a pit stop this lap? It's now or never, because otherwise he will receive a one...
He's forgot about it.
No, he's forgotten about it. Aussie Thunder, Aussie with one S. Not sure what's happening there. But anyway, he will come across the line and to finish what he thinks will be P3. He's pretty happy with himself. But there we go. As soon as he crossed the line, we'll go. It's come up plus 130. So there we go. Jimbo said he was slowing down on purpose. So you heard it from Tooley first. Jimbo taking the piss there on the last lap And Aussie Thunder's, wow, he's had that big time penalty, so that leaves Rose Racing in P3. GTR crosses the line. That was a little bit of a spicy battle to keep us entertained at the end of the race. There at the end, fourth and fifth, I beg your pardon. Rick Oztech in P6th, Aussie Thunder in P7th, Crumpkin in sort of levitating or doing something strange on the track. Nobby Nuts in the pit lane. Morning Glory Hash still admiring the view there off to the side of this Laguna Seca circuit. And Caleb in the pits. So is Wilco. So am I. As the fireworks are going off, and now it's time for the donuts. Jimbo taking this race tonight, and here at Laguna Seca. Boy, not a bad first race. Not the most exciting race, Wilco, on the track for that half an hour or so, but still happy with the numbers, happy with the viewers, and a good start for our new season.
Yeah, it's not bad. We'll see a full grid tomorrow night, hopefully. With a few of the big names coming back in, but yeah, we might get these boys into the party show.
We certainly will. As Righty, my voice just broke. Righty says post-race penalty coming, and does he mean for Jimbo Jones? That's the interesting bit. As the Porsche, the number 91 there, just doing donuts. Still Voodoo on his slow down lap. Rose Racing. I don't think we've spoken to Rose Racing before, so this will be a new territory for everybody. As I think, can you invite them, Wilco? I don't know whether I'm friends with all of these boys. I don't think. Maybe Rose Racing, I don't think I'm friends with. But GTR 4th. Let's just recap. The boss in 5th. Rick Oztech 6th. Happy with that comeback drive from Rick. Good stuff after the incident on lap 1. Aussie Thunder in P7. High Crumpton in P8. And then it's Nobby Nuts Doldrums in P9. Morning Glory Hash still classified as P10, as Caleb is listed as being 13 laps down to end this race, as the man who finished in P3 joins us. LJR Rose Racing. Wilco, should we take it away? 3, 2, 1 with our post-race interviews here tonight.
Yeah, take it away. I'll let you start off.
Good stuff. Okay, Rose Racing. I was sorry about that. Look, LJR Rose Racing, congratulations. P3 tonight. Talk us through your race, mate. Was it fairly uneventful to head to the podium tonight?
Luke, you there? Alright.
I had a very good race. Yeah. I had an unusual start to the race, and there were some incidents very early on. However, I kept my focus and head down and managed to finish P3 despite the craziness that was going on around me. Thank you for that, Luke. Great stuff. And we got Luke there.
I worked it out.
Yeah. Welcome.
Cheers, guys.
Awesome.
What an exciting race.
Yep, talk us through it, mate. What happened?
Oh, who knows? It's all a blur now. But, got lucky in the qualification. Had a few little tips with the setup from Voodoo. We worked a little bit of magic. And then in the race, just hung in there.
Good stuff, mate.
All about consistency.
Good stuff. Consistency, slow and steady. Well, not slow and steady, but up to P3, mate. Congratulations. First practice round of the season, mate, and all the best next time around. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, mate.
And we'll just, before we get to our man in P2 Voodoo, Cola Commando 13 says, Woot finally managed to catch you guys again. Tooley says, need a commentator for tomorrow. Well, that's interesting. We'll keep. We'll get back to you, Tooley, on that one, because I think you're racing, Wilco. And Binger says, get you next time, Jimbo. Believe that idiot. And some say Binger is still flying somewhere around Laguna Seca.
I can fly. I believe I can
fly. I see you heading into the corkscrew. Take off and fly away. Okay, and enough of that singing. Let us know if you want some more of that too, but we're going to go to Voodoo now. Voodoo Child, the Nigerian prince who finished in P2 in the Golden Ferrari. Big hello to you, Voodoo. Talk us through your race tonight, mate. Hello. Pole position and P2 in the end for the race.
Yeah, it was a very interesting race. I enjoyed it. I had a couple of pirouettes You know, it's mandatory along with the pit stop and tyre change. But yeah, it was a pretty eventful race, to be honest. I kind of kept it luckily. But I don't know, Jimbo had the pace, you know. He had that pace, so that was always something to chase. And, you know, well done, Jimbo. Well done, Luke, on making it in too. Well done on the podium.
Great stuff. Congratulations to you. Well done to you as well, Voodoo. Pole position, P2 in the end. 1 position away from where you probably wanted to be, but still a great result for you.
Yeah,
and what a great
exactly.
sportsman he is, as we've got the round 3, 4, 5 announcements coming up next week, Wilco. And we have our race winner. Do we have our race winner? Have we got Jimbo Jones in the party yet?
Hello.
Howdy, howdy. How are you, mate? We here.
Not too bad.
Tell us about your race, mate. It was pretty eventful.
Had a bit of a pace there. Thanks to Jace for the setup. Voodoo had a good race there with him. Sorry about that with Binger. Just a bit of lag and missed my braking point.
No, it's. I was about to say it's a racing incident, but it looked a little bit more than that on the replay screen. But yeah, apart from your Bing with Binger, mate, there was also some. You may not have been aware, but there was some chat going on during that live stream about the possibility of Thule entering your room, turning off your TV, and running away like a scared little bitch. But that did not happen.
Yeah, there was.
Did you know anything about that, or?
No, I didn't know about that, but he come in and ended up saying something about it and asked if I had my remote, and I said no.
Well, apparently you've got him covered anyway as well, mate. So he chickened out in the end, and we didn't quite. Sorry, the race got a little bit quiet in the middle part there, didn't it, Wilco? So we kind of went off in another direction. But congratulations, mate, on the win. You had plenty of time in your pocket, mate, and you kept it all pointing in the right direction and consistent, and you took the win tonight. Congratulations.
Cheers.
Awesome. Good stuff. Jimbo Jones there. No worries about that TV going off now. So they are your top 3. Rose Racing, Jimbo, Voodoo, I should say, in P2, and Jimbo in P1. And P1, and we're just about out of time for tonight's stream. Wilco, if you want to let our beautiful viewers know what the rundown is coming up for the next few weeks, it is jam-packed with live streaming action on Assetto Corsa.
Yes, it is. So I announced earlier today that it was round 1 and 2 was, well, say Zolder and Misano. So round 3 is going to be at Paul Ricard. Round 4, the Nürburgring. And round 5, before the mid-season break, is going to be at Hungary. So tasty little tracks there, Trev.
Excellent. Some spicy action, no doubt. As I'm not sure what my dog's doing here, but we are almost out of time. Thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. Everybody, Luke, yourself, Wilco, as always, Binger, Righty, everybody. I'm just scrolling through the comments. Bob Hoskins, I think I'm good. I don't need my sink or anything like that fixed, but hello to you as well over there in Perth. And Voodoo says, need the Billy. Love the work, Trev. Can't wait to watch it back. And we can't wait to chat with you again, Voodoo, you absolute legend. Don't forget to subscribe to that man's channel. He is doing all sorts of live streaming action across all platforms. 50 subscribers and going strong. Bob, great to see you still with us, mate. Congratulations for tonight. Not sure what you've done, but anyway, congratulations. We're almost out of time. Stay safe and well, everybody, especially if you're in Victoria. Don't forget to join us from 8 p.m. once again tomorrow night, Eastern Time. We are back at Laguna Seca for another practice round. This time it's going to be the Tier 1 guys going in to battle head-to-head tomorrow night. Tune in for that. Subscribe to the Kit Buyers YouTube channel if you have not already, and we will see you next time, but it's bye for now.